Good afternoon, Venerable. I have been researching a 10-day Vipassana retreat to attend. Do you have any advice regarding making this decision, how to properly respond and gain the most benefit from the experience? Well, I think that's a decision that you yourself have to make. It depends on many things. Who is teaching the retreat, or what kind of retreat? Really, that decision is for you to make, but you must know how to discern whether it is authentic or not authentic. We don't know until you join it, or you can research the background of who is organizing it, and is it free or is it complimentary? It does not matter whether it's free or complimentary. Sometimes they charge money. It does not mean that it's bad. I mean, and on the other hand, if it doesn't charge money at all, it may not be good. So don't just evaluate the retreat on a monetary reason. Don't be led astray into something that is not spoken by the Buddha, because there are a lot of teachers who are not really teachers. As I said, some teachers teach from a book. Some teachers teach from some video that they've seen. And then they set up a center. And then in the center, they created many things. Some people maybe, they create a center and then they say, this is Qigong. And then other than meditation, you need this Qigong exercise. And this Qigong, they get a Qigong teacher to teach Qigong. They get a Shaolin monk to play Kung Fu. And then they get acupuncture. They get many institutes are using activities to attract people too. Because people like to be, some people like boisterous participation of certain things. There's a lot of Zen these days, tea Zen, music Zen, flower arrangement Zen, and what else? Vegetarian meal Zen, and so many Zens that you don't, you wonder how many Zens are there that Buddha was talking about. They borrow the word Zen and window dress everything that you've been talking about. People are like that. And they may be on a profit motive too. I think if you've been learning it, why don't we just stick to everyday life? Do properly with your everyday life. Do your meditation properly. Say, since you have to go to a 10-day retreat, you may have to go there. You can't do anything. Why don't you say, I'm going to assign 2 hours for my sitting meditation and 1 hour for my chanting meditation, and I'm my own teacher. I'm going peaceful. Instead of going everywhere, going to a center, I'm at home choosing a good place, be doing 1 hour meditation, 1 hour chanting, and 1 hour prostration, and just live peacefully. Live agreeing to everything I do. Live peacefully. We haven't been peaceful every day. All the time we're externally looking for things. Always external things that we look for. Look for teacher, look for books, look for better saying. Why don't we just sit down and with what we've got already? We know the Anapanasati. Why don't I do a good Anapanasati? Maybe I should be satisfied with what I've learned now and just practice what I learned. And don't look for more and more and more. It's always teacher and teacher and teacher. Just have what you've got in here, simple life, and go Anapanasati, go stabilization. Maybe do the counting. Do the counting and the following and the stabilization, and then use the object of concentration to counter the object of concentration, and use some good concepts for emptiness, impermanence, and sit peacefully, and then walk along the seawall. Walk along the seawall and try to be very peaceful in what you're doing. Live your present moment. Some people jog for an hour along the seawall. Is that the seawall where the Sunny Park is? And just walk on it, observe how people are doing, and walk peacefully. Enjoy whatever you've got instead of hurrying to a center. Drive there and get a lift there, and then a set of new rules for you to obey, register, and then you talk to all these different people and mix up with different people. It's nothing but a social gathering. That's not the place that you should go. Be yourself. You already got what you've got. With the simple techniques that the Buddha told us, use these techniques to polish them. Don't go anywhere. Just be yourself. Learn what you've already got. Appreciate your present moment. Be here and now. You're peaceful right now, right here. Don't worry about the past. Don't agonize on whatever past. Don't worry about the future. Just live at your present moment. Or reflect on something you're unhappy about and say, this kind of happiness, I should have abandoned it a long time ago. Now I look back at it, it's so simple. It's just passed away. I feel delightful about it. Like yesterday, I was at the supermarket. I was at Whole Food at Park Royal, North Van. I was walking around before I go to Bowen Island, and all of a sudden I feel everything should be so peaceful. And I feel that, I don't know why the smile just rushed up in my face. And I feel I got no complaint. I got nothing to worry about for that half an hour when I was doing shopping. And I said, I'm looking for herbal medicine tea. I was drinking pura tea and all this Chinese tea, and say, why don't I do something different? And look at this tea and say, oh, it's provided by nature. Everything here is so peaceful, everything is so delightful. I have no worry for the half an hour. I was walking around with no worry, with not any attribute of worry in my mind for half an hour. And that's peaceful. That's happiness. Why do I have to look for somewhere? You've got that in you too. Enjoy your present moment. Sometimes it happens to people, to everybody. Enjoy your present moment. Treat it as peace. Treat it as delight. Treat it as bliss. And whatever past that agonizes you, let that drift off, and peacefully, delightfully, and no worry, let that go away. It may come back tomorrow then, right? I don't know, But just let it go away. Whatever past, go away. Immediately you can see it. William Blake, it's the same thing. You can see a word in a grain of sand. All of a sudden, this world is so peaceful. I'm holding something in my hand. It's so peaceful. And I can see heaven in a flower. When I look at these flowers, on the section of all these flowers, it's so good. Heaven in the flowers. Whole infinity in the palm of your hand. I didn't see the passage of time, infinity in my hand, and eternity in an hour. What is eternity? This hour, I think, is eternity. So peaceful, so without afflictions. That's good.
Earlier in the session, Reverend, you were saying that it's not good to personalize all our senses by our ego.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, is it not possible that sometimes you personalize your senses with loving kindness? Then does that make it all right?
Well, personally, if I'm just giving an example, personally, I love loving kindness. For example, I'm Mr. A, and I love compassion, loving kindness, and I still personalize, but I personalize with loving kindness, with compassion. That's not personalized anymore. You already dissolved your personalization with loving kindness, Because your loving kindness is rendered to all without any person. In other words, you're not picking up an individual to personalize the loving kindness. All of a sudden you feel that my compassion rendered to all. My loving kindness I want to render to everybody. Then it's not personalization anymore. You have changed the personalization into altruistic compassion to everybody. It's not personalized anymore. When you start to personalize, I love this, I hate this. This isn't what I want, this isn't what I want. And yesterday something happened to me that I hated. And tomorrow what will happen to me, I don't like it. I hope that kind of mishap will not happen to me. Then you personalize it. You're not personalized when you have loving kindness. Because you change your personalization into non-selfish compassion to all. Even in the thinking, you haven't done anything, right? But all of a sudden the whole world, I want to feel that I want to help the whole world. I want to feel that if I have the ability, I want to contribute whatever I have to the whole world. That's changed the thought of compassion, the thought of loving kindness. It's not personalization anymore. You have changed it. You have changed your thought from an individual thought to a collective thought. So it's not personalized anymore. Another question comes up, if I don't start to personalize, then people will take advantage of me. Or if that comes, some question takes up. People, I have to defend myself. That's the reason I have to personalize. Well, it's difficult not to personalize. It's right to defend yourself, but in the process of defending yourself, you don't hurt others. Because you're not a saint as yet. You still have a protection alarm in you, which is quite normal because I'm not a saint yet. I'm just working towards that path. So I still have I'm still a person. I'm working towards that path. That's the reason why we have to continue to practice it. It doesn't come in a day. You try to depersonalize everything, but it doesn't come all the time because you have been building up the habits of personalization since many lifetimes ago. You can't just do it this lifetime, it's all gone. No. Because we still have that immeasurable garbage tank in us, and that tank is called personalization, stigmatization, selfishness, and you have to clean it up. You can only clean it bit by bit. You can only clean it with the passage of time.